Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we're playing 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. Last time we solved the puzzle of the study, probably one of the hardest ones so far. And then we discovered a photo which had the 4 members of the pharmaceutical company, whatever they're called, I can't remember what they're called now. Revealing who the 4 members of the pharmaceutical company were. One of them being Ace, one of them being the captain, and the other one being number 9. Yeah, Junpei was saying that it wasn't a surprise, and that's because in an alternate timeline, or however this game works, we'd already discovered that, so that information had kind of filtered back to him telepathically, I guess. And now Seven has just said, huh, what? As he repeats the names of each individual person, and he's just said, I remember everything. So now something's going on. So let's find out what's going on. Everything. Yeah, I remember it, all of it. All of it now. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched. Seven's voice was filled with excitement. What? Shock and excitement had frozen Junpei in place along with Snake and Clover. Let me tell you what happened. Seven hastily drew a shaking hand across his mouth and began to speak. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo. From the right, the other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man, and Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments. Realization began to dawn on Junpei along with a pressing question. How do you know all this? Come on, man. I told you I finally got my memory back. No, that's not what I mean. I'm just asking how or why you knew all this stuff in the first place before you forgot it. Seven rubbed the scar on his chin. You really want to know? Of course. Me too. Snake was the only one who didn't voice any sort of agreement. He looked to Junpei as if he was simply waiting to see where Seven's sudden recovery might take them. It's gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything. Oh, we don't have 3 days. Just give us the short version, alright? I mean, I think we've got less than 30 minutes, so, hurry up. Short version, huh? Big man pulled off his hat and scratched his head. He made a face and put his hat back on. Alright, fine, I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. Junpei and Clover nodded earnestly. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That was why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings. All of them children. They'd all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. That's the name of the company. Cradle. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this. Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore. So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbour until I found the ship he was talking about. We've seen all this, haven't we? There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way that they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it, there were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realised it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it too. Just tie an anchor to your feet and no one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal. He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. Gah! There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug. That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. Ugh. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it, shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Who'd be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked? Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and gave my way back to the bed. Made my way back to the bed and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long? Then I heard faint voices. There's over. It's 9. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Wait, oh, ear. Kaying. No, it was several. I hear 5 or 6 voices, maybe more. Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall, trying to listen through it. No, that's not it. What? Go. Ow! Left. It's coming from under the bed. I hold on the metal frame and flipped over the thing over. We're going to find an end to this memory that he has. And there it was. The bed. Hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit. But I knew in my gut, this was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are the kids here? But then, what my inside man told me popped into my head. Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore. Whoa, am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal gate. Great. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah, how'd you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit was tight. I had to wiggle on my belly. It widened up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hands and knees. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. When I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me. A massive sound nearly scratched the piss out of me. Scared the piss out of me. Scratched. It was like a heavy metal door that'd been slammed shut. Then there was a voice. Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Oh. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad news. Then almost as if that was my cue, I heard a mess of young, sounding voices. No! Help me! A bunch of them were straight up screaming in terror, and all the sounds together made a howl that made the hair on my neck stand straight up. Damn it, what the hell is going on here? I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. I made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that point. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I'd found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost stripped the metal off its hinges. What the hell is this place? I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. Oh. There they were, the kids I've been searching for. They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent for the moment from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not that I can blame them running into a mug like this, when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself, then turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there frozen. Well, except one. He was a boy, slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform. Who the hell are you? He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. You look like they've relaxed some for a second. I got the words out. How are you going to help us? Where's the exit? There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there... He kind of cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind. Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, they're going to be burned. We're going to be burned to death. Burned to death? Can't you hear it? The voice said incinerator's going to start up soon. So... The voice spoke again. Incineration will begin in 15 minutes. They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way could I pull them up. Too big of a distance for us, any of us to reach. What the hell was I going to do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there. I'm going to be right back. What? Where's he going? Are you just going to leave us here? They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, alright, I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and just wait right there, got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond, there wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my cell. Still no way out of here, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off toward the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it'd get the job done. Alright, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time. Right. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you, before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered. I let them go on ahead. We opened the door, number 9 door, and they left. What? You're telling me you opened that door? That's what I said. Then what the hell are you doing here? We couldn't go with them. Why not? Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door... He was in the middle of explaining when... Incineration will begin in 5 minutes. The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around. Look, that can wait, alright? Just get us out of here. Right. I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after us, said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up on the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in. Oh. God damn it, what's going on here? Is that Ace? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids? The door opened and a man stepped in, looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hungaro, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hungaro saw the boy hanging from the rope. Grrr! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry. I know. The boy in the uniform bucked it up the rope. You son of a bitch. Get back here, you little shit. 15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me. Yeah! No! Hungaro had lost it. His face didn't even look human. It was like the bastard pulled off his fake face and he was really a terrifying devil of some kind of damn monster. I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hungaro yelling at me from the floor. You fucking bastard. You won't get away with this. How dare you compromise this experiment? Experiment? What experiment? Incineration will begin in 1 minute. Hey, old man, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up! The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. No point to go back to the cell, so we went down the other direction instead. After about 30 minutes, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everyone nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door, but the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read Incinerator. Incinerator? Yeah, that's where we were. It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator. Yeah, Hungaro might still be in there. Looks like it's been shut off, though. Wait, what if he's still in there? Yeah, that's not good. Ugh. That meant we'd better... We gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry. The kids started running and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps, our arms pumping fast. We went around and around like the devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke. Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us. Akane. My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie. Akane. Akane, that's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids. Hey, Akane. He cupped his hand around his mouth and yelled. Nobody answered him. Maybe we outran her. The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids. When did we do that? Well, we passed a couple of big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them. No, that's impossible. Sorry, Grandpa, you keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs. He turned to go. Hey, kid, wait, goddammit, I said wait! I don't think the kid even heard me. Fuck. I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail. I'm going after him. You two keep going, alright? You got it? The girl nodded and ran up the stairs, but the boy... I'm going with you. I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom of the floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found. God damn it, where the hell did she go? I could tell the kid was frustrated. So student is Santa, and boy is maybe Snake. And then suddenly... Help me, somebody help me! We heard a girl's voice. Akane! The boy in the uniform threw open the door. I leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator. Come on, goddammit, move.
No, I don't want to go. Let me go, please, let go of me.
She planted her feet squarely on the floor and was struggling to get away, but Hongoro was bigger and stronger. She wasn't going to win.
Akane!
Her brother roared with anger and charged towards Hongoro.
Help me!
Ha, you're too late, idiot. Hongori lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting, into the incinerator.
Ah!
Before we could even blink, Hongori leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside, and then the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing to open. But...
Ah, fuck! It's no use. The goddamn thing won't move an inch.
He started slamming his fist against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane, are you okay? You came back.
Her voice was muffled, but it's all us could hear, the sheer terror in it. All of us could hear it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongo? He went out the other door. What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing.
Are you there?
We're here. Just hang on, alright? We're going to figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please, please help me. I'm really, really scared. I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
It's going to be alright. I'll figure something out, I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise.
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
And that's the end of that. It was silent. All he could hear was the creaking of the boat as it shifted in the water. They waited and waited, but Seven didn't continue. What happened then? Junpei couldn't wait any longer. He had to know. Seven looked at the floor.
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was going to be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Seven shook his head. But there was something Junpei had to know. Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl Akane really... Seven stared straight ahead at nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended. And we heard something burning. The fire stopped. It still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore.
The jacket boy. It's definitely Snake.
A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering. And in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him, And then...
Ah! Junpei felt a cold lump form in the pit of his stomach. A feeling of sickening anticipation washed over him. He could feel his body shivering. He desperately did not want to know the answer. He feared he knew already, but he had to ask. He had to know, for sure. Can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
What you have for breakfast last night? The girl, Akane, what was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please. Seven looked at Junpei curiously and ran his tongue quickly over his dry lips.
Karashiki. Her name was Akane Karashiki.
Boom. Something inside of Junpei stopped. He had no more words left. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Doomer Dean Goofy Goober. Hope you're having a good day. He had no more words left. He had no more Junpei left. He was just a shell of flesh and bone. Seven turns a snake.
You were there the day, weren't you? You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You were correct, Detective. Junpei's mind was blank, withdrawn from the world. Somewhere far away, he could hear Seven and Snake talking. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on, you really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot. I was in Nevada in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Her surprise seemed to be genuine. Seven regarded Clover for a moment and rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Well, I guess I believe you.
Clover nodded.
Alright, let me ask you one other question.
He stuck his hands into his pocket and took a few steps. Then he stopped and turned to face them again.
Santa's real name is Aoi Karashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes, I know Aoi Karashiki was her brother. But I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now. I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection. As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the students of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling. Santa is Aoi. Akane Karashiki. June's brother. That spark caught flame in Junpei's leaden mind, and the fog began to clear. Like an engine beginning to turn, images and thoughts began to coalesce in his mind, coming faster and faster, forming bigger images, bigger thoughts. Junpei blinked. He was back. There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me. Man, I just got my memory back. Alright, cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubato blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place? If Junpei is correct, then the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's. That means all the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonary project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashidou, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister. That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. In fact, Junpei didn't think, he knew. He couldn't explain why or how, but he had no doubt that Santa had killed no one. Perhaps the madness of the last several hours was finally driving him insane, but Junpei had ceased to be surprised at his sudden knowledge, and had even begun to accept it. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's going to be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you. Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Snake, Clover and Seven all nodded. The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
The person who planned the Nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
There was a moment of silence. Oh no. But what? And then the room shook. From far away they heard the sudden rush of water.
Whoa, what the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 AM. Our time is up.
Shit.
Come on. We need to get out of here.
How?
In the drawer that held the picture was a keycard. Junpei grabbed it. I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go. LFG gamers. New material's been added to the file screen. Okay. What's been added to the file screen? Picture taken 9 years ago. It's this, right? Okay. Boom, boom. This thick metal door is blocking our way out. It's locked and I can't get it. I can't get it to open. All right, let's just swipe this card.
Junpei, look! It's unlocked.
Yeah. Now we can go back to the library.
Hurry up, Junpei. We don't have time. Let's go. All right. LFG. You found it. So back to the library. Gained all memories of escape in 999. Cool. The door opened and they stumbled into the library.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger. You're right, let's hurry. They ran across the hallway.
This exit needs the Uranus card too.
Straight for the large metal door. Next to the door was the Uranus card reader.
Hey, Junpei.
Yeah, I know. They slid the key card through, and the door rumbled open. Alright, it's open, let's go. Out to the library and into the hallway they ran. At the end of the hallway was the door. Oops. Junpei reached into his pocket to pull out the key as he ran toward it. Okay, Neptune key. Let's see if you work. He turned it. Yes, I think it unlocked. The lock clicked. As one, they shoved the door open and poured through it. In front of them was another great metal door. Above it was a metal plaque. It says incinerator. So this is the incinerator.
It's the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door. Yeah, right here. Junpei ran up to it. Pull that and the door should open. Got it. As he spoke, he pulled the lever. The motor in the door groaned as it slowly ground open. There was no time to waste. Let's go. As soon as the door had opened far enough to admit them, all four dashed through. Then suddenly, there before them were the four who they'd parted with earlier. Ace and Lotus stood in front of the number 9 door. Santa was curled into a ball against the wall of the incinerator, holding his stomach. And then there was June. She sat slumped against the wall, exhausted. What the hell's going on? Junpei ran toward June. He skidded to a stop in front of her and knelt down. What's wrong? Are you okay? Her face was pale and her lips dry. When she spoke, he could barely hear her.
Junpei, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
She mumbled the same words over and over weakly. Junpei could feel his heart breaking. Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes, I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine.
You shouldn't worry about me.
Oh, you shouldn't worry about me.
She was looking towards Santa. Junpei turned to look as well. Santa. Santa grimaced, his face contorted in pain. Seven grabbed him by the collar and roared at him.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere.
Despite himself, a grunt of pain escaped Santa's lips as Seven shook him. I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
Well, isn't that obvious? I took the gun. Uh-oh. Ace! Alright, well, that's another episode of Borderline Games. Thank you so much for watching this episode of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. And I will see you next time, where we see this scenario for the 4th time, maybe? I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.